A reading from the Gospel according to St. Luke. Jesus took Peter, John, and James and went up the mountain to pray. While he was praying, his face changed in appearance, and his clothing became dazzling white. And behold, two men were conversing with him, Moses and Elijah, who appeared in glory and spoke of his exodus that he was going to accomplish in Jerusalem. Peter and his companions had been overcome by sleep, but becoming fully awake, they saw his glory and the two men standing with him. As they were about to part from him, Peter said to Jesus, "Master, it is good that we are here. Let us make three tents, one for you, one for Moses, and one for Elijah." But he did not know what he was saying. While he was still speaking, a cloud came and cast a shadow over them, and they became frightened when they entered the cloud. Then from the cloud came a voice that said, "This is my chosen son. Listen to him." After the voice had spoken, Jesus was found alone. They fell silent and did not at that time tell anyone what they had seen. The Gospel of the Lord. Your presence, O Lord, I seek. Hide not your face from me. Do not in anger repel your servant. You are my helper. Cast me not off. The Psalms remind us of our longing for God's glory, but sometimes our weakness hinders us to seek God's will. Let us now go deeper to the message of the gospel that the fulfillment of God's promise is certain. God will do what he promises, and he will accompany us to its fulfillment. The transfigured Lord that was seen by the apostles is a foretaste of the heavenly glory that was proclaimed by Jesus. St. Paul reminds us that we should not be preoccupied with earthly things, like what Peter proposes to Jesus, to build tents for them and to stay there. Not knowing what is the significance of this event to God's plan for salvation. They need to continue the journey towards God's plan. For Jesus' self-giving offering for the salvation of humanity. We are all hopeful that we will be able to see Jesus face to face with our renewed self and our conformity with Jesus' glorified body. This sacred season invites us to grow in our love for God and not to settle for our own delight, but to fulfill what God has prepared for us. As pilgrims of hope, this Jubilee year, the readings today remind us that hope doesn't disappoint because we are following the words of the Father to listen to the voice of His chosen Son. Let us always open ourselves to follow the will of God with hope that God is with us. Send the Holy Spirit, numerous and holy vocations into your church.